Good evening, everyone. We are going to start in 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, let others also join. Okay, guys, so let's start with our session. So, I guess some students have joined today first time. So, hello, everyone. Just let me know that how many of you are attending your first session over here. You can use the chat box or you can also just unmute yourself and let me know. Okay. So basically, guys, those students who have joined just now, we have already covered 3 classes. And in those 3 classes, first of all, in first class, we have done about the basic HTML. In second class, we have done covered the topics of CSS. And in yesterday's session, we have completed JavaScript. Okay. So basically, today I will start with the React part from basic and also make sure that you will get how to set up your React plus Vite setup in your local system, and then we'll provide you a project which you have to complete within 2 days. Like Saturday and Sunday will be the holiday. Okay, so in these 2 days, you have to just work on that project. That will be a simple static website. I will let you know that how you have to uh, do it, and then you have to present it on the Monday session. And it is important for getting the certificate. First of all, you have to complete all the given projects. Every week we are going to assign you. And and after that you have to also present it in the session. Okay. So just give me 1 second. Let me share my screen and then we are going to start. In case there is any doubt, then you can ask right now. Then we will begin with our session. I hope my screen is visible. Okay, just a second. Yes, someone is typing something. Rutuja, you want to say something? Okay, okay. So, guys, first of all, we have to start today with React. But before starting with React, I want every one of you to install Node.js at your end. Just confirm me that how many of you have installed Node.js at your system? Means how many of you have Node.js in your system? Okay, Kriti have it. What about others? If you don't have that, then I will go ahead with the installation part. Okay, so I think that few of you haven't installed it. So no worries. We are going to start with that. So that while initializing our React project, we can use npm. Okay, okay. So no problem in that. So first of all, you have to just go to this website, the Node.js or official website from where we are going to just download it. Okay, so I have shared that in the chat box. You can use this link to come over this page. Okay, simultaneously with me, you can also install it. I have already installed it, but I will guide you with the steps. Okay, so here you can see when you will click to this download section and then scroll a bit, there will be an option of window installer.msi. So you don't have to uh, download the zip file, you have to install the window installer.msi. When you are going to click over here, you can see it will start downloading at your end. Okay, so uh, you have to wait for few seconds, then it will be installed at your end. Then just click over here. Okay, and it will ask some permissions like please will why the setup wizard prepare you to guide through the installation. And as I have already installed it, so that's why it is taking some time. Now there you will get an next section. Okay, next button, you have to just click on that. Accept all the license and agreement that Node.js wants to follow these instructions, and these are some license. You have to just give agreement to them. Then click simply over here on the next part. Here they are showing you that where they are going to install this Node.js file. So in C drive program files, there will be now Node.js file installed at your end. Okay, just click next over here. Don't change the path. Then accordingly click the icons in tree below to change the way feature will be installed. So by default it is set is to node.js.runtime. So don't change it. Just keep it same and just next, do next. Now they are asking that Node.js will install automatically the necessary tools according to its use. So just tick this box. Okay, just give the permission for it so that it can install the necessary tools and just click on next. Simple, and at last you have to just install it. Okay, when you are going clicking on that install button, it will start installing over here. For me, as I have already installed it, so it will ask me a permission that you want to change for it or not. So accordingly I have to do it. Just a second, let me check that time I getting that. Here if I see, yeah, here it comes. So yes, now it will start installing at my end. So like this, you have to also do it. Okay. So validating install, just same steps you have to follow. You don't have to do anything. You have to just tick the box if there is a box. Otherwise, you have to just allow using next button. Okay. Just install it at your end. Link is already there I have shared in the chat box. Again, I am telling you that what I have done. Just a second. When you click on that link, which I have already shared in the chat box, you will see an interface like this. Okay, learn about and download section. So just go to the download section, go to this window installer. When you click over here, a 30 MB file will be downloaded at your end. Just open this and it will ask some questions like do you want to agree with this or that. Just allow each and everything and you are good to go with your setup. Okay, so just confirm me that how many of you have installed it now. So like now I am getting the option of finish, means it is set it up locally perfectly. Okay, so I will just close it over here. And now I will let you know that how you can just check that is that installed at your end or not. So for that, basically just open the command prompt. Say from here, you can search for command prompt at your end, and to check that is that installed at your end or not, you can use the command node space hyphen v. When you are going to use this command, this v is going to tell you that what version you have installed. Okay. So now you can see at my system, the latest version I have installed just now is v24.11.0. Okay. Accordingly, every one of you will get a version at your end. If you have installed it previously, then you will get 22 over here. And if you have installed just now with me, then you will get v24, version 24. Okay. Similarly, there is one thing which is npm. By default, it also get installed by a node. Okay. So you can see we have installed this node JS, but still we are getting the access to the version of our npm because by default with Node.js, this npm is installed. Okay. So just let me know in the chat box that how many of you have installed it now, or if there is any doubt, then you can let me know about it so that we can work on that. And I want everyone's confirmation that now have they. Okay, okay, no problem. Just let me know that if there will be any issue regarding that. Okay, what about other Ruturaj? Rutuja, sorry for the mistake. Rutuja, just let me know. Have you installed it? Noor and Arva and Kriti, I guess have already installed it. What about you, Davidisa? Have you installed it? Okay, okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Just a second. Okay, so is anyone left with the installation part? Just let me know. Then we will move further. Yeah, sure, no problem in that. Okay, just if you face any problem, just ping me. Okay, and you can install it later on. No problem in that. Mm. Now let's start with the setup of React plus Vite locally in our end that we can start with the React part. Okay, so for that, we are going to just open our VS Code. So just a second, let me open my VS Code. Similarly, you can also do this. Just create a folder at your end. Okay. I am just opening a folder, creating a new one, giving it a name A11, and it is React. Then I'm selecting it. Okay. Now what you have to do, basically you have to just open your terminal. And from here, we will install all the required three things. Now you have to give the command npm create vite @latest. What is the command? Npm create vite @latest. Okay. This command you have to actually execute in your terminal. So let me just paste it over here. This is the command you have to use for the installation part. Okay, just give me a second, okay, guys. Sorry for the interruption, guys. Just a second, okay? Yes. So now let's start. So basically, I think that everyone has executed this command over there at their system. Now see, it will ask few questions and we have to just respond with them so that our setup will be done accordingly. First of all, it is asking me the project name. So whatever project name you want to give at your end, you can do that. So for that, right now, I am just giving it React. Okay, because we are learning it. Now it will ask you to select a framework. So basically, if we are going to select React, because we are going to learn that, so select React with that. And as all of us are familiar with JavaScript for now, so I will just use JavaScript for it. Okay, just use JavaScript over here. Now use roll down white experiment. No, I don't want to. And then install with npm and start now. So just do it yes and accordingly start it. Okay, so it will start at your end. Now just wait for a while and see the project name which you have given over here. They have created a folder for that. Okay. And in that there are multiple files over here. Index.html, package.json, git ignore, source file, which consists already multiple files and so many. Okay. So I will just let you know each and every file one by one. Before that, just follow this link and paste the screenshot of this in the chat box that every one of you are getting an interface like this. Okay, because this is the main task, that how you are going to set up it locally for each and every project of your having React in there. Okay, you have to perform the specific line of codes over there so that it can be set it up. So just share this here in the chat box. You can paste the screenshot in the chat box using Control V, okay, and then share it. For those who are new, that's why I am repeating it. Okay. Now see, let's talk about each and every file just a bit so that we can get an idea about it. Okay. The file structure which here we are using. Let me just clear it. Okay, so first of all, node modules. These node modules has multiple, you can say files over here, which has all the modules related information at their end, so that whatever you need while executing the code, it will be there by default. Then there is this source file. This source file contains the assets. Assets means whatever, suppose you want to use any image over there, you can use this assets folder over there so that it can be there in your page. Then app.css, app.css, styling part. Just a second. Yes, David Isa, you want to say something?
Please, I got an error.
Sorry.
Please, I got an error when I ran it.
Actually, I'm not getting it. Can you please share your doubt in the chat box? Have everyone getting this? Are everyone getting this? Just share the output in the chat box instead of no, as she will do it later on. So all other students have to share it right now. Okay, okay. Just let me know that what error you are getting. Just share that error. Okay, okay. So basically you are getting an execution, you can say permission is not granted at your end. So for that, there is basically a command. And I actually don't know the exact command, but I will provide you that. Just give me a second, okay? And I am giving you that command. Just run that at your command prompt, then it will be okay. Okay. So just a second, I am giving you that command. If anyone else is facing the same problem like her, then you can do one thing, that there is a command for execution permission that you have to run in your command prompt. Okay, so that we have to provide. So give me a second. I am sharing that with you. Okay, so Davidisa, you have to use a command. I'm just writing down it in the chat box. Okay, perfect. Our set execution policy, and after that, remote signed. Must be capital over here. Just try to execute this command at your command prompt and let me know that what is it giving. And after that, is the error resolved or not? Just let me know about that. And just make the S capital over here in remote signed. Okay. And let me know that are you getting the output now? Just remember that this S must be capital. Okay. So make sure that you can do it and try to execute it at your end. Then it will be working for you. Okay. For those who are getting it, They just have to just see the folder structure like app.css. Here we are doing the styling part of our app page. Okay. Then app.jsx. JSX basically stand for JavaScript XML. So JavaScript XML basically provides you the feature to write your basic HTML code with JavaScript. Okay. Then there is index.css. These two are different, like app.css and index.css is different. By default, like your application having the css styling is through this, and whatever you are going to write in index.css will become over the page which you are creating. Okay. Then there is main.jsx. There you can write the code which you want to render in your website. Accordingly, we will move one by one. When we are going to write the code in app.jsx, then it will be clear to you when we are going to just render our functional component over here. So don't worry about that if you are not getting right now what we are talking. Then there is packet.json. Packet.json is basically a file which have all the information regarding your project. All the information regarding your project means that what is the name of your project, okay, what the version is, the type, that is if, what type of module we are using, common JS module or ES module, then the script, okay, dependencies over there. Dependencies mean that what we have installed. So we have installed React and React DOM. So that's why it is showing us the version of those dependency. Suppose if I am going to install Express as at this end, then it will show me Express also. So accordingly, this packet.json provide you all the information regarding your project. Okay, just let me see what error you are getting. Just share the screenshot of that. Anyone have done the setup with me? Like, are they also facing the same problem or not? Wait, let me check. Set execution policy access to the register key, local machine. No, it is not. Is not working at your end. Wait. Okay, just do one thing, that just copy paste it and can see. I guess that through this command this should be removed, but what error it is throwing? That PowerShell is denied to change the execution policy for the default scope. Start window. Okay. So just do one thing, that execute this command not in terminal over here. Execute it in the command prompt. Okay. Like in command shell or in terminal. Just try to execute it. Execute the same command, like this command you have to execute, but just in PowerShell, or you can say command prompt. Okay. So just open the PowerShell at your end and then use this command. S will be capital over there also. Okay. So just change this bit over there and let me know that now what you are getting. Are you doing it? Okay. Just let me know that after running it in PowerShell or command prompt, what output you are getting. If the issue is resolved, then let me know also. Okay. Okay. Up to then, those students who have joined just now, okay, like first session is them for today. So guys, today I will assign you a project and that you have to show me on Monday that what you have created, and you have to also present it while be there in the live session. And to present that, first of all, you have to introduce that what you have created and then elaborate the code part of it. A bit of code part will be good, like everyone will get 3 to 4 minutes to present a particular project. Just a second, it is loading. Uh, Execution policy is not recognized as an internal operable program or batch file. Why it is saying so? Set execution policy. Policy remove signed. Command, I guess, is correct. Okay, so just do one thing, that try to uh, copy paste in the chat GPT and then let me know that what command is coming from there, because there is only permission issue at your end. Okay, the I can't see any problem in that, because through this command we can just allow the execution policies. Just take the help of chat GPT and then see what it is saying. Okay, so David is try to just configure it at your end, and otherwise if that's still not be done, then I will let you know. Okay, because up to then we can move further as other students are also there, so you can just learn the concept, and after that you can, at the end of the session, we will rectify this issue. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. So here, first of all, this is how you have to set it up. Okay. Now we are going to learn about the basic React concepts, that what is React basically and why we use it and how it is fast. All the concept we are going to learn. Now we are going to follow W3 schools. Why? There is a specific reason, because we have limited time and we have to move in a structured format, so that these notes will be also available at your end, and it will be good if we are going to follow this, because many interview questions are asked through this also. So that's why I am following it and let you know each and every important concept, whatever is there. Okay, so first of all, React. What is React? First of all, let's discuss about it. React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. Okay, means React is basically a JavaScript library. Use the JavaScript language to build the user web pages. And it is used to create single page applications. Means all the single page applications can be created through React, and it allows you to create reusable UI components. Now, what is components? Component basically are the parts, or you can say piece of code which you can use repeatedly in your particular application. And suppose all of you are aware of Instagram, so there you see the section of post. Each and every post section is same for any specific user. Okay. Like there will be a profile, then there will be a name, like button, share button, and comment button is there. The content may be different at each other user, but the UI is same. So that is known as component. So that you can use the same type of component all over there in your, you can say, page. So that's why it is reusable. Okay. Then we are going to see that what Reacts basically, how React works. So React use virtual DOM. Now what is virtual DOM and what is DOM? So DOM is basically stays in browser, which is document object model. Okay. So React use virtual DOM. Virtual DOM is basically fast, and React compare that what you want to change in your web page. See, suppose I am creating a website and I want to change this upgrade button. Then how React do it? React just going to keep all the page same, just will change this, and it will be just check in your virtual DOM that what component is basically changed throughout the all page. So suppose if all the copy of this web page is there in your DOM, virtual DOM will just have the copy of this upgrade button. Means this have been changed, so virtual DOM has the copy of it. Then it compares the actual DOM with the virtual DOM, that what is the change happened. Okay, and accordingly, then they will come to know that okay, that upgrade button is changed. Okay, so it React will render only this upgrade button in the DOM, so that make it fast. So as you can see over here also, like instead of manipulating the browser's DOM directly, React creates a virtual DOM in memory where it does all the necessary manipulating before making the change in browser's DOM. So the meaning of this line is simply this, that instead of loading the whole page, React only load that particular section which have been changed. Okay, like as we are creating dynamic layout through it. So suppose I am changing a button like this. I am changing the search button. Then React only load this search button after the change, so that it will be fast and there will be no much, you can say, stress on our memory. Okay, so React only change what needs to be changed. Simply it is that. After that, we have to start with the setup part. We have already done it, like we have installed Node and we have also getting the version for it. Then through White, we have already done the setup also. Now, in React ES6, I have already told you in yesterday session that ES6 stands for ECMAScript 6, and it have significant features like classes, arrow functions, variables, array method like map, destructuring modules, ternary operator, and spread operator. So those students who were there in the yesterday session, they all know about all these concepts, that what is a spread operator, what is ternary operator, what is array method like map, variable, and arrow function. So these are some basic things. Right now they are telling us that you have to be prepared with them accordingly so that you can move to the further part. Now let's see about JSX. JSX stands for JavaScript XML. What it allows us to write HTML in React. Means in your React part, if you want to write this JavaScript code or this HTML with the JavaScript code, then you have to use XML. Means you have to use JSX over there. Then there are few other things, that if statements basically not works in your JSX. So as you can see over here, it is written React supports if statement but not inside JSX. Means React, you can use if loop in your React, but you can't use it inside JSX. So for that, you have to initialize it before or that, and then you have to work on it. So these are a bit of, you can say, basic things. So now we are going to start with the main concept, which is React component. So let's start with here properly. Each and every code will come over here. We are going to VS Code. We are going to check with them, dry run with them, and accordingly, we are going to execute that. Okay. So first of all, components. As I have already told you that component are reusable bit of code. Means reusable bit of code means suppose you have write suppose there are card like structure, you have write the code for a specific card and you want to use that card multiple times in your code. So for that, you are not going to write each and every time the code part for it, you will just reuse it. So that functionality is provided by React components. Now let's read that what is written over here. Components are independent and reusable bit of code. Okay, we come to know that okay, that this is a reusable bit of code. They serve the same purpose as JavaScript functions, but work in isolation and return HTML. Now you can see that in JavaScript functions were there. Function will do the same specific task. Whenever you are going to call them, they will do the same task. Similar thing is component. Just the difference is in functions, you are going to return something or return a particular logic, you will get an output. But in component, that output will be a, you can say, output of your HTML part. So that is the basic difference between a function and a component, that component returns you the HTML part. Okay. Component comes in two types. First one is class component and other one is function component. So some of you have idea about the difference between class component and function component. But in short, if I let you know that there is one thing called state. Okay, so class component have the access to state from the starting of their initialization. Okay, but these function components don't have that state attribute. You can say state in the function component. So for that, hooks were introduced, and after that, function component were come in use more and more. Okay, so you can see in older React code base, you can find class component primarily used, means they were used most of the times in the traditional time. But now function components we use because of hooks. Hooks provides them the state functionality so that we can also check with the state of a particular element. So that's why we use function component a lot in today's time. Now here is how you are going to create your first component. So from here, the code part is started, and I will let you know that how to execute this in VS Code. What does it mean by each and every line and how we can get the output for it. Okay, so up to now, there was theoretical portion. I know that it is clear to you. Like you also have an idea about all these things, but still I was uh, just going through it so that we can build a basic part for it. Okay. Now see, we are going to start with functional component. So for functional component and class component, there is a difference in syntax. Okay. I will let you know when the class component will come. I will let you know about the syntax difference. Right now, if you want to start with a function component, then you have to use this function keyword. Okay. After that, the name of component. Make sure that this name must start with a capital letter. It is mandatory that when you are going to use a component or when you are going to initialize a component, then the first letter must be capital. Okay. And it is returning you something HTML. That's why you come to know that, okay, that this is not a simple function. This is your component. As you can see here, it is returning you some HTML with the H2 code. Okay. So let's just copy it and let's try to you can say execute this code. Okay, let's execute this in our VS Code. There are few steps for it. First of all, do one thing, that go to your source folder. Okay, I am just crossing all the files. Just open the source folder, create a folder over here. Inside a folder, you have to create a folder having name components. So what I have done inside my source folder, I am created a folder components. Okay, just click over here. In components, create a file. The name of basically our component was, this is car. So I am creating car component. So or car.jsx inside it. So just create a file in your components having name car.jsx. Okay. And paste the code over here, which we have copied from there. What this code is doing, it is simply initializing my car component and returning it. But now see, I want this code to be execute in another file, means in app.jsx. Let me just remove this part of my app.jsx. Okay, yeah. So I have, wait, I have to remove it from here. Just remove this part, like within these two braces, you have to remove all the content written over there. And suppose I want to just call my component over here so that it can be logged into my, or it can be rendered to my web page. So for that, I have to export that. You all know the concept of import and export, that if you want to use a particular module outside your library or outside at a particular function, then you have to use the export property over there. So we are going to export it like this, export default, and after that the name of your component, which is car. So you have to use capital C over here. Means what you have done, that okay, I want to render this page at my web page, and for that I am exporting it so that I can call this component in my web page. Okay, now go to app.jsx. In app.jsx, you simply have to just call this, means you have to just call your car component. Wait, I have to just remove this. This is your car component. This you have to call, but now it is throwing you an error that I don't know that what is this car component. So for that, to access that code here, you have to import it. In that file, you have exported it. Now you are going to import it. So import it accordingly. See what was the name over here? The name was car. So how you are going to import it? Import car. Okay, like import car, then from, and now you have to give the path. So for path, you can see this components folder contains my car.jsx and app.jsx, like see here, it is in the same folder. So for the same folder, I will use dot, then a forward slash. After that, components is there. In the same directory, components is there, and inside component car.jsx is mentioned. So I will just use car.jsx over here. Means that it is imported at your end. Now you can just call it over here and render it accordingly. Now suppose if I just use, wait, I suppose I remove this, and then if I use car component, okay, as this is a component, so I have to use it like this. And I guess that there is a parenthesis missing. Wait, we have importing car from our library. That is correct. But now if I want to use car, just give me a second. Here, I will just use the car component. Okay, so I was just not using the correct. Okay, now you can see what I have done, that the code which we have initialized in our car component, that is there in car.jsx. Okay, just called it in app.jsx, and let's see what is the output. So for executing it, you have to use npm run dev. I will let you know about it. Okay, it is throwing an error. We are inside our A11 React. We have to move to our React folder over here. Okay, so just use cd space React. Okay, now you are inside your React directory, and now you can install run it, npm run dev. So when you do it, it will start a localhost server at your end at 5173. Just follow it and you can see the output there. Like, just let me cross it. Hi, I am a car. Now let me just one last time tell you that what is happening from scratch. Listen it. Okay. In the source folder, we have created a components directory. After that, in components directory, we created car.jsx. Okay. Now car.jsx have some HTML written over there in a function, which is a functional component. So here what is happening? I have to return an HTML tag h2 is there with hi, I am a car. Now I want this piece of component to be rendered there in my website. So for that, I am using app.jsx, which is going to render each and everything to my website. So I just called it over here. But now, as my code will know that from where it is coming, I have actually given them the path that from here you can import this file. Okay. And why we are saying that it is a reusable bit of code. Now you can see it. Every time I will just, oh, wait. Just a second. Let me start it again. Is throwing and yeah. So when I will just console it, it is saying, yeah, I am doing it after. Just a second. Is correct. Okay. If I use one more time the car component, I think I'm getting the error because of this, because we have also deleted this part. Now we have to push. Just a second. Let me just fix it. Enter and enter again. If I put the code now over here and multiple time, if I use car component, then it will be rendered at our web page. Just let me initialize it. I will share the code with you. Don't worry. And you can see now it will come multiple times at this end. If I re-execute it, hi, I am a car, hi, I am a car. So this is the benefit of using a component, so that it can provide you the reusable bit of code, so that anything if you have written once in your code, you can reuse it over and over again. Okay. So just a second, let me paste my app.jsx code in here. This is my app.jsx code. And this is the folder structure. Like in assets, card component is there and there is car.jsx. So car.jsx is also there so that you can execute the codes like this. And I am also providing you the structure of file. Okay. Accordingly, just create these folders and execute this code. Okay. Just execute, everyone execute the code. And if there is any doubt, then you can ask that why we are exporting it, like why we are importing it, any related doubt if there, then you can ask. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Arva, what about okay, only she has executed it up to now. What about others? Kriti, Rutuja, are you facing any problem? Okay, perfect, Kriti. Okay, what about others? Rutuja, are you facing any problem? Okay, so who haven't shared it yet? Okay, okay, no problem, Rutuja. Okay, so guys, is it clear that what we are doing, that how components works in React? We are going to deep dive into this concept with the upcoming part. Okay, just right now, just let me know that you are you able to just got the component structure, that how we are creating the structure. Okay, perfect. Okay, okay. So now let's move further and check with the other part. Okay, just a second. Here we come. Okay, so we have seen about functional component. Okay, like this is our functional component. We are creating functional component car. Now here is prop. So see, let me just tell you that when we here right now, they are just giving us an idea that what are there in the upcoming sections. So props is there. You can see a prop different like here is another section for prop. Okay, so right now I am just giving you a basic idea that what is props. Props basically stands for properties. If you want to see in functions, there were parameters. Like through parameters, you can share the values. Okay, same thing is done in React using props. So function is just like component in React, and argument is just like props in React. So basically, instead of thinking it as prop, think it like a argument, like how you pass an argument in a function. Similarly, you have to pass a prop in your component. Then now when we execute this code, then it will be clear to you that what I am saying. Argument can be passed into a component as props. Okay, same thing I was telling you, that if you want to pass an argument in a function, same thing you have to done it over here. Just here the terminology we used for it is props, which stands for properties. Okay, you send the argument into the component as HTML attribute. Now let's see an example, then it will be clear to you. Same example is there. Just see what is happening. Function car, and you are taking an argument. Okay, and here you are just, let me just go to VS Code and then I will explain it. Okay, just a second. Let me change it. Okay, see what is happening. Function car is there. You are taking an argument as a prop or as a property, and then you want to use that property. Here, see what is happening. S2 tag is there. I am a props dot color car. Means as a user, whatever the prop color you are going to share, it will just append it over here and you will get the output accordingly. If I will send the user color as blue, it will let us know that I am a blue car. If I share it over here pink, then it will tell us that I am a pink car. So same is happening, just difference is the argument part. So how to execute it? Just go to the app.jsx. Here you have to specify. Like here, what we have to do, we have to specify this prop color, like whatever color we want to provide. Okay, so suppose if I provide them the color is equals to, and then just write down the color name. Suppose pink. Okay, then for this component, it will provide you that I am a pink color car. Okay, same thing. Suppose if I execute it for color is equal to green, then it will let you know that I am a green color car. And if you are making not sharing any prop, see here we are not sharing any prop, still it will provide us the output that I am a car. Okay, it will not append the color over there. It will just simply write I am a car. See, I am a pink color car, I am a green color car, I am a car, I am a car, I am a car. Why this I am a car is coming? Because you have not shared any prop. In car.jsx, it will check that prop is there or not. If prop is there, then only it will evaluate this expression props.color. Otherwise, it will simply provide you the output I am a car. Okay. So here is the code in the chat box. So basically, this props we use for sharing the property as a user. Manually, we can share these properties. This is my app.jsx. So just let me know that is it clear to you, and those students who are just executing the code simultaneously with me, they can just share the code in the chat box. screenshot of the output. Davidisa, is your can say error is resolved now or not? Okay, perfect, Arva and Kriti. Good. Okay, okay, perfect. What was the error? That have you executed any command or is there any other error? Okay, just let me know once that up to what you have covered so that I can tell you the folder structure and then you will execute it. Just let me know that where are you right now. Also, you can do one thing that you can share your screen so that I can guide you accordingly. If you want, you can share your screen. Otherwise, I will provide you the code for app.jsx. Just a second. Just paste this code in your app.jsx. Okay. And after that,
And after that,
I guess she has shared its screen.
shared its screen.
Okay.
Okay.
So do one thing
So do
that
one thing
remove
that
all the code
remove
of
all the code of
app.jsx
app.jsx
and paste this code
and
over
paste this
there.
code over there.
Now let me just
Now
see
let
your
me
file
just see your
structure.
file structure.
Okay, components
Okay,
is there,
components is there,
car.js.
car.js.
Okay, okay. Now I'll
Okay,
try to
okay. Now I'll
execute
try
it.
to execute it.
Okay, how to do
Okay,
it?
how
Okay,
to do
okay.
it? Okay, okay.
Like open the
Like
terminal,
open the terminal,
share the screen on
share the
PS Code.
screen on PS Code.
Yes, from here
Yes,
you can
from
see
here you can
the
see
link
the
HTTP
link
localhost
HTTP localhost
5173 is there.
5173 is there.
Just click on that
Just click
link.
on that link.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now it is
Okay,
coming.
now it
Okay.
is coming. Okay.
Okay. So let me again share my screen. Wait. Okay. So let's move further. I hope that it is clear to you. Okay, no problem. This we have already done. Now there is another concept which is components in components. Okay. So as the name is suggesting that there will be one component and it will contain another component. Let's see an example for it. Super easy concept. First of all, this car component is there. See what is happening over here. Function car is there and it is returning an HTML. That's why I am calling it a component. And the name of component is car. Now, as we are learning the concept of component inside component, so this will be called inside another component that I must make sure from this heading. Okay. So now you can see function garage returns H1 who lives in my garage, and after that it is calling another component. So this is known as component in component, means this car component resides in your garage component. Okay, so just copy this code and go to VS Code. Let me just go to my car.jsx part. See what I will do here. I will just paste the code here. Now there is one thing that we have to export default. Now, anyone, can you let me know that what I have to export, car or garage? Just answer this in the chat box that out of these two, which component I have to export? Out of garage or car, which component I have to export? Yes, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Why garage component? Because this is a parent component. See, if someone is containing any other component, that means that it is the parent component. Okay. So this is what we are going to export. So just write it over here like it. Export default garage, and then this will be exported from this file. Now, if I go to my app.jsx, then I have to change two things over here. First of all, the name of component, which must be garage. And if I have used it over here, then I have to also change it over here. Now what I have to use? I have to use garage again, and then it will be done. So when I go to now, if I will see what I have done, I have changed garage from car because we are importing garage. Okay. And then I have used it over here. I have rendered it over here so that it can be visible on my web page. Now, if I go to this, now you can see who lives in my garage. And after that, I am a car is coming. From where it is coming? It is coming for car.jsx because first this line will execute that as we have called this. So it will call this line that who lives in my garage. And after that, it will call this component. So this component will call this particular functional component and then it will return I am a car. Okay, I hope that you are getting the flow, that how it is working, that how we are getting the output in this sequence. Because first of all, we are calling this. So the line written over here will execute first, then it will call another component, and then the right line written over there will be consoled at our or rendered at our web page. I hope that it is clear. Let me just provide you the output, sorry, code part. This is your car.jsx code part, which I have already shared. And this is your app.jsx. This is the app.jsx. Okay. So accordingly, just execute it and let me know in the chat box. Anyone, is there any doubt? Then let me know. Otherwise, just execute this code and share the output in the chat box. Okay, perfect, Arva. Okay, great, Davidisa. And what about you, Kriti? Have you also executed it? Okay, that's perfect, guys, that you are trying it at your end. This is what I need. So just be consistent throughout the session, as today is the first session for Arva. Still, she is doing a great job. So good. Okay, let's move further with the next concept over there, which is rendering a component twice. I think that we have already done it. It is saying that whenever you are calling that component in app.jsx, just render it twice. So here you can see when like in component, they are again just rendering it over here so that this line will be executed twice. Okay, so I don't think that it is an important example, so we can skip that part. Okay, now we can go through this part. See, this is basically a mixture of component in component with prop. Okay, what I am saying that this is basically a mixture of component in component, because car component is calling inside the garage component and prop is also there. Means accordingly, I can change the brand of this particular car. So let's try to execute it. Okay, there is no difference in both of them. Just I am executing it so that if someone haven't got the idea, logic behind it, then they can now got it. Just a second. Okay, see what is happening. You have created a car component with the props as argument, and you want the user to send you the brand name. Okay, this props dot any other variable which is there. This is shared by your user. Okay. So in garage, see what is happening, that who lives in my garage were console rendered first. After that, car brand is Ford. So first time the car brand is Ford, and for the second time I am a BMW. This will be logged. Okay. So when I just go to my this part and refresh it. Oh wait, I guess there is, yeah, I have to export it. Sorry. Export default and then the name of your component, which is parent component, and it is garage. Now, if I come over here and refresh it, you can see who lives in my garage is first, as we know that why it is there. Then I am a Ford and I am a BMW accordingly using your prop, which is brand over here. Hope it is clear to you. Clear to everyone? Just respond in the chat box. Okay. Okay, perfect, Arva. So, Rutuja, and are you getting the concepts? Like, uh, is there any doubt you can ask? Okay, okay, perfect. I just want that if there will be any doubt at your end, just raise your hand or just unmute yourself and let me know about that doubt. Okay, because that is also important. If there will be any doubt, then there is no, you can say, benefit of taking these live sessions, because already there are multiple lectures over there in YouTube. Okay, so if you are investing your time here, then just make sure that whatever is covered over here, you have the proper idea of that. You should learn each and every concept regarding that. Now they are saying that components in files. So we have already done it. Like what they are saying, that just create a separate file with .jsx extension and print your component, paste your component over there and export it so that you can use it in another file. That's what we were doing from the starting, because that is a good approach. Like what we were doing in car.jsx, we are writing our component section and just exporting it. Okay, so that we can import it in our app.jsx and accordingly call it whenever we want to use it. Okay, so this type of flow we are already using. Okay, so how you can render a component called house in React? So this is basically a question. Just provide A, B, C as the answer in the chat box, that which is the correct way to render a component. Okay. So just in chat box, provide the answer A, B, and C. Here is the question. Everyone, please provide the answer. You can also give the wrong answer. And if you don't know, then just let me know. Just see that how you were calling your component. Okay. And just compare them with this part. You will come to rectify that which one is the correct solution. Okay. Kriti is saying C. What about others? C might be the correct answer. Okay. Everyone is saying C. Rutuja is saying B. Okay. Okay. So first of all, this is good that everyone is trying at their end, and C is the correct answer. Why? Because see, this is how we were calling our component. Means you can see over here, garage. I am calling my garage component like this only. Okay. So this is the correct answer. And one thing I want to appreciate about Rutuja, that everyone was sharing C as answer, but still she have given it D. That signifies the honesty, and that's great, Rutuja. So just give the answer, whether it will be correct or wrong. That doesn't matter. Okay, okay, perfect, Arva. Just be honest with you, okay? Like everyone is giving C, still she have given B as the answer because she was going through his her initial you can say answer. So that's great. Okay. So that part we have created. We have created the components part, and now all of you have the idea about components. That components is the reusable bit of code. How many types of components are there? The types of component, just let me know quickly. Okay, two type of component. Perfect, perfect. First one is functional component and other one is class component. Okay. The difference between them, class component is basically used in the traditional time when there were no invention of hooks. I will let you know that what is hook, what is state. State for now, right now, see what is state. If I go through that same Instagram post example, so I was saying that every user post section will be same. Like there will be one like button, there will be one share button, there will be one comment button, and then the same profile picture will be there, and then the name of that particular function, uh, a person. But the content inside those posts vary person to person. That is basically state, which is dynamic in nature, which will change as the user will just trigger any movement or trigger any event. Okay, so that is state. Suppose if someone is liking your button and the like count is changing, so that like count is basically a state. Okay, so component has the access to those state. Component like class component has the access to that state, but functional component have don't the access of those state. Okay, so that's why basically we use class component in earlier time. But after the invention of hooks and after the hooks come to the market, we just use functional component over class component, because when you see now the class component, its syntax is bit tricky. Okay, so that's why functional component is right now used, but there is nothing like that, that the class component existence has been removed. It is still there. The concept is still there. Just we use functional component more over class component. Okay. So let's see. Before React 16.8, class component were the only way to track the state and life cycle of a React component. Function component were considered stateless. Okay, this is a good question that anyone can ask you, that what is the basic difference between your class component and function component. So you just have to tell them that class component have the access to your state and life cycle of React. Okay, but functional component don't have that before the addition of hooks. Okay, so with the addition of hooks, function component are now almost equivalent to class component. The difference are so minor that you will probably never need to use a class component. Okay, means that you don't have to use class component in nowadays, but there is no meaning of that their class component existence has been removed. Even though function component are preferred, there are no current plan on removing class component from React. Okay, this line is important. Sometimes that is also asked that class component now exist or not. So they exist. There is nothing like that they have been removed from your React. Just it's like that as functional component have the cleaner syntax. So we use that more over class component. Okay. Now this is a React component. Let's see that how to define a React component. This is a way to define your React component. Okay. Like you have to use the class keyword. In function component, what we were using? We were using function and then car, and then it will be used. Okay, but here what we are doing, here we are just using class, first of all keyword, then creating the class component car, and extending it use the react dom library, means extends react dot component. It use basically this render method to return something to you. See what was happening over here in class component. If I go a page up, here no render function is there to use. Okay, but when we come to the class component, you can see there is a render function coming. So from where this render function is coming, it is coming from React component library. Like every one of you are familiar with C, C++, and other programming language like Python and Java. So what was happening there? Suppose if you want to use built-in functions like clear screen, CLR, SCR, or get character, get ch function. So for that, you have to include the header files like has include iostream.h, has include conio.h. So similar thing is happening over here in class component. If you want to use a function, use a built-in function, you have to call its library. Okay, so this is basically quite long syntax as compared to functional component. Okay, so let's try to execute this code, then it will be more clear to you. So for executing it, I will just copy this part and will let you know that what I have copied. Just a second. If I go to my car.jsx, if I paste this content over there, Control A, Control V. See what I was saying, that suppose if I remove this line also, then it also doesn't affect. See, I want to use this React component method, which is render method. Okay. But to use this render method, you have to include a header file. So in C++, we use has include iostream.add to add header file. But here in React, we use import keyword that import this particular library or this particular function from my React library. So import React from React library so that any function which is there in your React part, it will be there in your system and you can use it directly. Okay, so for that we are importing it. Now I want to use it outside this file, so I have to use export default and then the name of our component, which is car. This I have used over here. So what I have to do in app.jsx, I have to go in app.jsx. I have to use over here car, and one thing I have to also change. I have to change the name of component over here also. So this is something which sometimes students miss. I am just pasting it over here. Okay. And if I execute it, it is also executing at the this part. So see, I am a car is coming. So basically the difference between car component and functional component, I hope is now clear. That first one is the state thing, that functional component was stateless. Also, there is one more thing, that it is having a complex syntax. Why complex syntax? Render function is coming, extends keyword is coming, this file we have to import, which was not the case in functional components. So that's why we use functional components in today's era. Okay, clear everyone? Just response with yes or no in the chat box. That is it clear to you? That what is the difference between functional component and class component? Okay, perfect. Yes, so this is the different. This is the basic difference. Is there any doubt regarding anything up to what we have covered? Then you can ask. And Davidisa, is your code executing right now? Or if there will be any issue, then you can let us know so that we can try to resolve it. Okay. Ava, you want to say something? Okay. So this is it for React portion. Now I will assign you the project part. Okay. From where we are going to continue? From here we are going to continue after taking the presentation on Monday. Okay. So now let me assign you the projects. So right now here is Aisha, Rutuja, Kriti, Arva, and Davidesa. So see guys, what you have to create. Let me just open that project file. I will share this in your groups also. See what is happening here. You have to create HTML, CSS, and JavaScript project. Okay, this project is basically based on these three stacks. The project title are personal portfolio, restaurant website, travel agency, photography portfolio, fitness trainer landing page. So out of these 20 projects, you can select any one and create individually that project. Suppose Noor has opted for this restaurant website, then she have to create this. Suppose like Davidisa has opted for event landing page, then she have to build this one. Okay. Accordingly, you have to select any one of this. Just make sure that everyone will create different type of project. Means I don't want same portfolio type of project from everyone. You have to, for the first week, you have to use only these three stacks: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, as we have only covered up to now. Okay. This file I will share in your group A11. Okay. Then what you have to do, you have to just select any one topic from there and have to complete it. Just a second, I am sharing that in your group. Just let me know that have you got it or not. Here it is. Okay, guys, I have shared that list in your group. Okay. So what you have to do, you have to select any random project from there. and you have to present it to me on the Monday session. And that is necessary for getting the certificate, because I am going to maintain a particular list at my end where I will write the student name who is giving the live presentation in the session, and accordingly you will get the certificate. Okay, after the completion of this 6 week internship. Now, let me just also give you an idea that how you have to present it, so that in case uh, you will be prepared like that. Suppose this is a page you have created. Okay. So first of all, you have to navigate to the output screen and let me know that I have created this website, and this is the navbar for it, and it contains about section, profile section, and home section. And after that, there is these type of content, and just scroll your website. Okay. Then go to the file structure over here, and through that, just go to first index.html, then to CSS, then to JavaScript. In index.html, you have to let me know about the different tags you have used, that what is the work of this tag. I don't want that everyone have to just go through each and every line. Just those things which you think are important for other person to know, you can elaborate that part only. Okay. So I hope that it is clear. And if there is any doubt regarding the project part or regarding the presentation part, then just let me know right now, because on Monday I want the live presentation. If I am unable to attempt, would it be okay if I record a short video presenting my project on YouTube and share the link? Um, Arva, up to when you will come from college? Okay, so see, in this case, I can do one thing. Suppose uh, I will check that have you completed that or not. I will take the presentation on the next day. Okay. You have to give the presentation live in the session, because the strength is very few for this batch. So that's why I want everyone to give the live presentation. Okay. So in such case, you can present to the next day. Like if Monday is not there, then you can present it to Tuesday, but you have to present it live. Okay, so as you have also mm, you have to create individual project, and if there will be any doubt, then you can just ping me on WhatsApp, okay, regarding that doubt. And if you are going to create it at your end, then I know that you can counter each and every doubt at your end. Otherwise, you can just let me know. Okay, so from where you are actually attending this session? Okay, okay. So I will let you know about it, okay, Arva, and will find any solution for it. So right now, what you have to do, you have to complete it up to Monday. Like Kriti, Rutuja, and I guess Noor. So you three have can complete it and present it in within the session, okay? And for these students like Arva and Davidisa, if they will face any issue, then I will find them a solution for them. They can share the recorded video with me. I will let you know about the proper presentation syntax. You can say setup, that how you have to record it, where you have to record it, and where you have to share it. Also push each and every code to GitHub, okay? Maintain particular repositories at your end, so that you will get when I want the proof of work, I can ask you for that GitHub repository, okay? And if any one of you have the idea of deployment, then try to deploy your projects also from the day one, okay? Like from first week, try to deploy those projects. It is a good practice. For that you can go through the render work Vercel Netlify platforms. It will help you. Okay. And you have 2 days time. Okay. And this is a simple project. So I hope that you are going to complete it before time. And there is holiday tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. No, you don't have to use React. You have to use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. React, I have started. It was the week 2 task, which I have started now as we have ahead of the one session. So that's why I have tell you about the concept of React. Right now, you have to create this project through HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Yes, sure, sure. I can let you know about it. So, Noor, what you can do, like from here, from VS Code, suppose if I am opening my file, just a second, I will let you know. Everyone, I hope that have a GitHub account at their end. Just make sure that first, because you have to push the code to GitHub. That is important. I will let you know that how you can create a repository and then push a code inside it. Okay, so just let me know that how many of you have it. Okay, so first of all, let's go to GitHub. Here is my GitHub, suppose. Okay, and what can I do? That simply from here, I select a particular repository. This is the suppose repository. Create a new repository from here. Give it a name, suppose week 1 project. Okay, created, make it public from here, make it private from here. It's up to you that how you want the visibility of that repository to be. And just click on this create repository. Okay, like this, the repository will be created at your end, and now you have to push your code inside it from GitHub. Okay, so for that, you can do one thing that you can use git in commands like git init, and after that, git remote add origin, and then the particular GitHub repository link over here so that you can push the code over here. So just a second, let me show you that how you can push it. Wait, let me open a file, a demo file for it. I am opening a folder and suppose I will open today's session code like A11 HTML tutorial. Suppose this is I have opened at my end. Then what I can do basically is, first of all, I can use the command git init, means initialize git at my end. So it is showing me that initialize empty GitHub repository at this particular end. Okay. After that, what you can do, after that, you can provide them the another command, which is git remote add origin. And after that, you can provide the GitHub repository link which you have created. Like here, you can see this is coming http github.com, then my name of my GitHub profile, week 1 project git. Okay. And just paste it over here and press enter. It is done. Now git add dot and press enter. And then you are good to go. Git commit hyphen m with a particular message that initial commit suppose. Okay, and when you press enter, so it will see it is sharing us that 3 files has been changed and 47 insertion has been done. We have inserted index.html, we have inserted index.js, and we have inserted in style.css. So that we can see over here if we will just push it. So these are my files that they have initially created for the commit part. And if I do git push. Oh, wait. Current branch has no upstream. Wait, I am getting an error regarding it. So like this, just if you are going to use the commands like this, so you will able to push the code inside it. Okay, right now I am facing an error. Right now it is sharing me that this index.html, index.js, and style.css have been created, and insertion has been done inside them. Okay, so accordingly you have to just use these commands. Then you have to provide them the particular GitHub repository link where you want to just push this code. Okay, so just do it at your end like this and you will be able to do it. I hope now that it is clear to you. And if there is no doubt, then we can just wrap the session because I have another session and I am running out of time. Okay, okay. So thank you so much everyone for joining this. And we are going to connect on Monday. So be prepared with your projects. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. Now you can just leave the session. Thank you so much.